Hello guys. In this video I will tell you about 25 best PS3 racing games of all time. Number 25, F1 2010. F1 2010 is a fun and faithful recreation of the most challenging series in motorsports, and while it has some minor issues, it's a good start for Codemaster's new franchise. The racing is appropriately challenging, the sense of speed is impressive, and both the cars and the circuits that they race around are recreated realistically. Number 24, Grid 2. With a variety of driving disciplines pulled from all corners of the globe, Grid 2 is an exciting blend of arcade and simulation racing. Whether you're competing online or off, Grid 2 offers a fantastic blend of arcade and simulation racing. Number 23, F1 2011. F1 2011 is a great sequel which captures the fragility of an F1 car for the first time and features significant improvements over its predecessor. F1 2011 is a tremendously faithful recreation of the sport, offering rewarding and strategic racing that simulation fans are sure to be playing for a long time to come. Number 22, Blur. The gameplay in Blur is centered on vehicular combat. The game tracks present 8 different power-ups that the cars can pick up. Each car can carry a maximum of 3 power-ups at any given time, that they can then switch and activate at will, or discard. Out of the 8 power-ups, 5 of them are weapons, with the remaining ones being a defensive shield, a repair wrench that restores any damage that the car may have sustained, and a nitrous boost. Several of the weapons' behavior can be modified to select whether the player wants them to fire forwards or backwards, and most of them can also be used defensively against attacks from other cars. Number 21, Midnight Club, Los Angeles. Midnight Club Los Angeles has a lot going for it: excellent graphics, fast, intense racing that takes place day or night, and numerous online modes that support up to 16 racers. Number 20, Gran Turismo 6. This game needs no introduction, a good continuation of the fan-favorite simulation racing series. Number 19, Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. Whenever Sega has released a mascot-fueled game, such as Sega Superstar Tennis, comparisons have inevitably been drawn to its Nintendo-developed counterpart. But Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed is far from a poor man's Mario Kart. Fun track design, a solid character roster, and a bevy of multiplayer modes make this one of the best games of its class. Number 18, MotorStorm. Sony and developer Evolution Studios' MotorStorm is undeniably one of the more anticipated of the upcoming crop of PlayStation 3 games. It's easily one of the best-looking games on the system. In this game, vehicles crash and explode into one another again and again. Trouble is, that's pretty much the bulk of what you're going to get from it. While the racing is legitimately exciting and filled with visual treats, there's only a handful of ways to experience it, and the only way that really holds up over time is online against friends. Number 17, Pure. All-terrain vehicles are something of a niche interest, but you don't need to care about them in release to enjoy Pure. All you need is an appreciation for breathtaking environments and intense racing action. Number 16, MotorStorm, Pacific Rift. MotorStorm, Pacific Rift is a rush, which should come as no surprise to fans of its predecessor. It's rip-roaring fun to speed through fields of sugarcane and race dangerously close to a cliff's rocky edge in your buggy, all while avoiding the deep dreads of a monster truck ramming you from behind. Number 15, ModNation Racers. The gameplay is based around karting staples. Drifting and drafting are key, while power-ups and boost pads keep the action frantic. ModNation Racers introduces quite a few variations on these themes, though. The power-ups fall into 4 categories: boost, missile, sound, and lightning. As in Diddy Kong Racing, the more power-ups you collect, the more potency you add to the original pickup. For example, the first rocket is a tiny little explosive that you have to aim manually, but if you wait and pick up 2 more power-ups, you'll be upgraded to a shower of rockets that will home in on an opponent. Number 14, Dirt. Fans of Codemasters' Colin McRae Rally Racing series are in for a surprise with the publisher's newest title, Dirt. Dirt has more in common with Digital Illusion's Rally Sport Challenge series than the Colin McRae games of old, putting a greater emphasis on a variety of off-road racing disciplines, as opposed to sticking hard and fast to traditional rally racing. That's not to say that rally fans will be disappointed with the game. Dirt veers a good bit further into arcade territory than earlier games in the series, but it is still a blast to drive, and absolutely stunning to look at. Number 13, Need for Speed, Shift. Need for Speed, Shift is a racing game that tries to do a lot of things, and the good news is that it does most of them well. The bad news is that Shift does very little that other racers haven't done before it, and it excels at nothing. The racing, the car and track selections, the vehicle customization and damage modeling, the career mode, the online play, the opponent AI, all of these things are good, but none of them are great. Number 12, Split, Second. Speeding down an airport runway in a shiny red sports car is cool. Speeding down an airport runway with an out-of-control aircraft thundering toward you is insane. That's the idea behind Split, Second, an arcade racer in which you wreck your opponents by triggering destructive hotspots scattered all about the track. Number 11, Dyad. Experience mind-bending, psychedelic sensory overload in Dyad. Blast through a reactive audio-visual tube, creating a harmonious synthesis of color and sound as you hook, graze, and lance enemies to master Dyad's 27 unique levels. Number 10, Gran Turismo 5. Like a classic car that has been lovingly but only partially restored, parts of Gran Turismo 5 look as good as new, while others are showing their age. Number 9, Need for Speed, Most Wanted, a Criterion game. The game takes on the gameplay style of the first Most Wanted title in the Need for Speed franchise. The contrast difference is the 2012 Most Wanted does not contain a story. Most Wanted allows players to select one car and compete against other racers in 3 types of events: sprint races, which involves traveling from one point of the city to another, circuit races, each having 2 or 3 laps total, and speed runs, which involve traversing through a course in the highest average speed possible. There are also ambush races, where the player starts surrounded by cops and must evade their pursuit as quickly as possible. Number 8, Grid. Grid is a racing experience like no other. Offering unrivaled moment-to-moment racing, Grid returns with an all-new experience where every race is the chance to choose your own path, create your own story and conquer the world of motorsport. Number 7, Joe Danger. Bouncing here, there, and everywhere, Joe Danger is at once a delightfully old-school stunt racing experience and something entirely new. From the joyous presentation to the sounds of panic as Joe drops into a shark tank, it is almost impossible not to love Joe Danger and his enormous cheeky grin from start to finish. The game's charm belies deep, challenging, and rewarding gameplay that will keep you busy and grinning for many hours. Dirt 2 isn't as realistic as some of the other excellent off-road racers that have come before it, but it's as accessible and exciting as any of them. Number 5, Wipeout HD. Wipeout HD is a compilation of PSP games running in high definition, and while it looks considerably better for the visual upgrade, there's little new for fans of the series to sink their teeth into. The online mode also looks a little feature light next to other racers, but it's technically competent and adds more longevity to the already deep single-player experience. Number 4, Dirt 3. Dirt 3 is a superb off-road racer that had some great new features and improves upon its predecessor at just about every opportunity. Number 3, Burnout Paradise. Burnout Paradise includes all the fast driving, hard wrecking action you'd expect from a Burnout game, but with a fantastic new open world design that gives it its own standalone flavor. Number 2, Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit. Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit is one of the most thrilling racing games around. It doesn't matter which side of the law you prefer to play on. The unpredictable nature of these events and the sheer speed at which they're played make this a tough game to put down. If you're in the market for a ride with superb handling, great looks, an impressive top speed, and more than enough room for all of your friends, this is the one you want. Number 1, Wipeout HD Fury. Wipeout HD Fury is the expansion to Wipeout HD for the PlayStation 3. Purchasable from the PlayStation Store. It features 8 new tracks, 13 new ship models, and 3 new game modes. The expansion features 6 new music tracks, 13 new trophies, redesigned menu HUD, and additional online ranks. Well, that's all friends. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel. New videos will be released soon.